sure there's enough pool of knowledge here that you can benefit from. So I would like to just share a few thoughts with you to set the stage for further discussion. I said this in the panel first, and I would really like to reiterate it. And we always talk about this triple bottom line, which Daniel is going to elaborate on, the economy, ecology, and equity aspect of sustainability. What I always talk to my peers and colleagues when it comes to green building and sustainable building is the 3 Fs. It's the financial gain that we are all looking forward to a lot in today's time. It is the future of our kids, of our planet, saved right there. And it's the fun that we have in the process. You heard from Arthur Fraser, the Spelman Facilities Director. We went to the building yesterday and we met some students, and you could just see the pleasure exuding from them just by the fact that they're living in a healthy, sustainable, built environment. They can breathe it. They can breathe the fact that it's a clean air. It does not affect. It does not have impact on the environment that a conventional building would have. So these are the things that we have been talking about for the last 2 days. And I also would like to stress upon the fact that building, and it doesn't matter if it's green, red, or yellow, or blue, it is a complex system, and the facilities people here would agree with me on that. And act of building itself is a complex process. And so far, because we haven't sorted this process out in the most optimal fashion, today our buildings are responsible for around 40% of carbon emissions, around 40% of primary energy usage, and 72% of electricity usage in this country. There is something that we're not doing right. So now we keep tossing around this term green building. What does it mean? There are a lot of scientific and technical definitions of this. In a nutshell, it means building with the nature, not against it. And it might not be as easy as it sounds, and therefore we need experts such as Dave Gustashaw and Brandon Jones to explain it to us, where to start. The first step is the most critical one, since it's often neglected. And this critical first step is assessing your current capacity, your needs, your project structure, what you should and you should not, or what you can and you cannot. And in this process, how third-party verification systems such as LEED and Energy Star play a crucial role. So with that, and without any further ado, I would like to invite Brandon Jones from Southface to give us his first presentation. Brandon Jones joined Southface in 2008 as the Commercial Green Building Services Manager. He oversees green building consulting services and lead project administration, lead AP training, sustainability education, and their Earthcraft-like commercial program, as well as energy modeling and audit services. Seems like he wears a lot of hats. Let's hear what he has to say. Brandon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you are still awake enough to enjoy this session. You know, actually, we are a small enough group. I was sort of curious if we could go around the room and just introduce ourselves. That way, the 3 of us will sort of know who we're talking to. Maybe we can start with the gentleman on the end.
Sure. My name is Sheldon Clark. I'm Vice President for Administration at Florida Memorial University, down in Miami, Florida.
My name's Clarence King. I'm the Assistant Director for the Facility for Residential Life at North Carolina Central University in Durham, North Carolina.
Just down the road from Clarence, Dick Cavus, Winston-Salem State University, Director of Sustainability.
I'm Dave Gustashaw. I'm an engineer.
Ashka, Program Manager, Second Nature.
Brandon Jones again, Southface.
Good afternoon. I'm Kelly Minogue, VP of Facilities and Real Estate at Tubman College in Mississippi.
Yes, my name is James Porter. I'm the comptroller at IPC, the Interdenominational Theological Center.
I'm Reginald Williams, Vice President of Finance and Administration at Jarvis Christian College.
My name is Dwayne Perry. I work for UGI Unicode. I'm the current Director of Facilities at Jarvis Christian College.
All right, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you all for being here. I'm really going to start, I've got a little PowerPoint, so it's probably a little hard to turn back and forth, but we'll try to make it work. but really talking about green building certifications. Also talking some about some voluntary programs, call to action, and some of the new codes coming in line. Really, this is going to be a pretty high-level overview, and I think you'll find that Dave's going to get down into some more detail, as he's a mechanical engineer, and definitely detail is his game. But I think this is a good framework to talk about some of the programs out there. So one of the first things I like to ask is, why green building? Why should we be doing this? And I think one of the reasons is if you do green building appropriately, you've got a lot of positive outcomes in multiple areas. Really, this win-win-win. As Ashka was describing this win-win-win triple bottom line, she was talking sort of the 3 E's or the 3 F's. I typically look at it with the 3 P's. All sort of the same thing, that's people, planet, profit. On the people side, if you're doing a green building, you should have good indoor air quality. Or when we're talking about higher education institutions, daylighting can be really important. Typically, there's a lot of studies out there about test scores and how much higher they are with daylighting. That's something you should really pay attention to, because honestly, we spend 92% of our time indoors. In terms of the planet, green buildings are very efficient in the way they use resources. We're looking at using things that are regional, or they have high recycled content. Also, less energy consumption, so there's a positive impact on climate change. And then finally, profit, hopefully, again, if you do your green building right, this building should be more cost effective to operate and maintain. So I've got a couple of charts that really sort of show some of the opportunities I think that we have out there. First one is U.S. energy consumption by sector. We've got industrial, transportation, and then buildings. You'll notice that buildings, either directly or indirectly, take up a large portion of this consumption, 48%. So we have a lot of opportunities. And so that's, again, sort of with the people and planet, or excuse me, the profit and planet side of things. If we use less energy, we're putting less greenhouse gas emissions. It's good for the planet. From a profit side too, if we're consuming less, it's likely that we're going to be spending less. Also, I'd like to look at the 30-year cost of a building. Design and construction, that's our initial front-end cost, is really actually only 2% over the life of the 30-year, over 30 years of the life of the building. And here in the United States, we tend to be so first cost driven. It's amazing to me that it's really sort of insignificant when you look at it. And I think some of that's changing. I think we're starting to look more longer term. And then you step up to operations and maintenance. It's not that much, but it's 3 times the cost of that initial design and construction. But I think what's really interesting in this chart is the personnel cost. So that's 92%. That's really looking at salaries and benefits over 30 years. So this is a huge asset to you. What can we do to make them, to increase our worker productivity, make them, give them a healthy building so they are not out sick? Again, talking about daylight, productivity, all those types of things. We really should try to do everything we can to invest in what I would consider really our most valuable asset, which is our people. So then why certification? Because certainly you can build a green building without going through a certification process. You can make something, you can build a building that's energy efficient, you can build a building with materials that have high recycled content. You can do all of these things. I think first for me, it's third-party verification. I think it's actually a very important aspect, if not one of the key aspects of going through a certification system. It really holds your feet to the fire. Currently I'm working with a firm who does a lot of Army work. And the Army has essentially said that all of their buildings are supposed to be LEED Silver or LEED Silver certifiable. So they've been building buildings for a while with the military to what